Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our November Rising Star Student of the Month celebration. Thank you for your patience as we get started this morning. Just a little behind schedule, but a few technical difficulties. We've got those worked out now, so thank you so much. And this morning, we are going to start with our Pledge of Allegiance, and that is going to be led this morning by Councilman Joe Green. So Joe, give me just 1 second to share my screen. Okay, Joe, take it away.
No problem. Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. On behalf of the city of Vista, I just want to welcome you all to this amazing event. You're going to hear some great stories today and congratulate all of you students who are winning, and also beg you, bring your talents back to the city of Vista, Rising Stars. We want you. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and rise. Put your right hand over your heart and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you all so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for being here this morning. So the mission of the Rising Star Student of the Month program is to bring our community together to honor our local high school seniors for demonstrating character, integrity, love of learning, involvement in school, and community activities, or the ability to overcome challenging life circumstances without compromising their education. The core of the Rising Star of the Month is the student who makes a difference in their home, school, and community with sincerity and passion. This morning, we would like to, I'm going to read through all of our students, and unfortunately, we don't have sound in this version, so I'm going to clap really loud, and you're going to think I'm a crazy person, but that's because I am. And so first up this morning from Guajome Park Academy, we have Jasmine Rayo Galicia. From Major General Murray High School, we have Wendy Paloma Prado Barragan. And she's actually going to be joining us a different month. She had an emergency and is unable to join us this morning. From Mission Vista High School, Emma Schroeder. Great job, Emma. From Rancho Buena Vista High School, David Colavecchio. And I think hopefully I didn't say that incorrectly. From Trade Tech High School, Jasmine Camarena. And from Vista High School, Odalis Ramirez. Welcome and congratulations, students. Thank you for being here, and thank you to your families. The goal of the Rising Star, in addition to recognizing students, is to give scholarships to our Rising Star Students of the Year. So we have given almost $60,000 in scholarships over the life of the program, and we're so proud of that fact. And we wouldn't be able to do that without the generous support of our sponsors. So I'm going to read off our sponsors. I'll just read straight through them. But first of all, our presenting sponsors are Watkins Wellness and Tri-City Medical Center. So thank you to those sponsors. And then our other sponsors are the Sunrise Kiwanis Club, Joe Green and Green Team Realty, Tori Walker and Walker Engineering, Superintendent Dr. Matt Doyle, JNR Auto Body and Paint, Dr. Bronner's Magic Soaps, and the Vista PEO chapter. So thank you. Let's clap, all of us, for our sponsors, our amazing sponsors who help us provide those scholarships. So one great thing about the scholarships is that at the end of this year, each of you as a selected student will be eligible to apply for scholarship dollars to help support your education or career goals after high school. The great thing about it is that we offer scholarships by school. So you are applying for scholarships in a pool with the other students from your high school. And this year we have given away a minimum of $8,000 each year. And this year we're excited that we've already met our fundraising goals, and we still have more interested sponsors. So we're excited that we'll be able to exceed that $8,000 threshold this year. Really excited about that. We also have a number of elected officials and dignitaries that are watching online and that also have provided certificates of achievement to each of you, which you will receive in a swag bag from your school a little later, early next week. So I'd like to recognize our Vista City Council. Vista City Mayor, Mayor Judy Ritter, Karina Contreras, Joe Green, Deputy Mayor Amanda Rigby, and Councilmember John Franklin. I'd also like to recognize our Vista Unified School Board of Trustees that are also joining us online, as well as representatives from County Supervisor Jem Desmond's office, Assembly Member Tasha Berner Horvath's office, Assembly Member Marie Waldron, as well as State Senator Patricia Bates, and from our U.S. Congressman Mike Levin's office. So let's just give a quick clap for all those folks for supporting our students and providing those certificates of recognition, and for joining us online to watch this presentation this morning. So with that, let's get to the good stuff. We want to hear from our students. And so first of all, I'm going to invite the first principal to introduce your student. And we're going to go in alphabetical order. We'll start with Guahomie Park Academy this morning, and then we'll ask each principal to call on the next school on the list. So it'll be Guahomie, then Mission Vista, Rancho Buena Vista, Trade Tech, and then Vista High. So with that, I'd like to introduce Kevin Humphrey from Guahomie Park Academy to tell us a bit about their Rising Star student this month.
Awesome, thank you. I want to start things off by saying a big thank you. This is such a huge undertaking, trying to get everybody from all across Vista and the North County here together this way. Rachel, Ken, Kathy, all the emails, everything that you did to be able to do this, we appreciate it so much. This is special, especially in these times. So a big thank you to you guys for being able to do this. I'd also like to thank Joe Green for having the most creative background, because there's no way that he would actually have any kind of trophy of any kind. So that has to definitely be a screenshot. Oh, it is real. It does seem to be real. Congratulations, Joe. Congratulations. That's great.
In all fairness, it was a band team award, Mr. Humphrey, so I didn't earn it on my own. So that's
However,
why.
I don't have any in the background, so I'm super jealous. So congratulations, Mr. Green. That's fantastic. But another person that I would like to congratulate and try to segue here is Jasmine Rayo Galicia. We are extremely lucky to have Jasmine as a student at Guahomie. What a tremendously talented young lady. She currently we've been straight distance learning for our grades 6 through 12 here at Guahomie. This is a young lady that has navigated that superbly. She currently has straight A's in all of her high-level classes and all of her classes. She's doing an amazing job, but that's only a smidget of what she brings to the table for Guahomie. She is somebody that is dedicated to service. She's active in her Key Club. But where we really got to know her, when I got to be able to kind of get introduced to her and let her know that she was going to be the Rising Star of the Month, is when she was presenting to our foundation. She was looking for a place to be able to bank some money for a charity that she's putting together to help go out and build and support people who are either food or housing insecure. She is a young lady that epitomizes the Rising Star, the theme of the Rising Star, of somebody who is giving back to her community. She's going to talk to you about how she wants to use her skills that she has developed to be able to do that. So I'd like to be able to take the opportunity to introduce Jasmine, her family, and as soon as Jasmine is finished speaking, then Ms. Richardson, her counselor, and then her family will wrap things up. So Jasmine Rayo Galicia.
Okay, hi, my name is Jasmine, and first and foremost, I want to thank my parents. Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Pa, por estar aquí y por siempre apoyarme. I want to thank Ms. Richardson, thank you, and Mr. Humphrey for being here. And I also want to thank Ms. Perkins and Ms. Phillips. They're not here, but they have nominated me, and it was a great honor hearing that. And I want to thank the sponsors for this great opportunity, because you've not only bestowed upon us, each and every one of us, the opportunity or the chance to have our hard work be acknowledged, but you've also given us the platform to hopefully inspire our peers to continue working hard and strive for their dreams. So my name is Jasmine, and I'm a senior at Guahomie Park Academy. And though it might sound absurd to some, my dream is to bring a smidge of positivity to the world. I have wanted to change it, but I think even the smallest impact will be very gratifying for me. I never really thought I would dream of building a better world. I always thought that my goal in life was to travel and immerse myself into cultures, new places, meet new people. And yet I find myself looking back at how obvious it was that I would be choosing to dream like this, or choosing a dream like this. I began volunteering at my elementary school in 6th grade, where I developed a love for teaching, but more so for learning. I would later make a transition to volunteer at an annual holiday Christmas event. I don't know if any of you guys know it, but it's Toys for Joy, and it's really an amazing environment, community that they built on this one day. And I was so happy to be part of it. And I really grew fond of their idea of unity and finding joy in life's simplicities. As for my current involvements, I have taken upon myself to lead 2 service projects, including peer tutoring and All Hands for Humanity, which were the projects that Mr. Humphrey was talking about. All Hands for Humanity is a fundraising service project focused on providing aid or relief to those who have been affected by natural disasters. Peer tutoring is just a program that I've been working on to bring tutoring services to students who feel like they need that extra help. I like to believe that my greatest contribution to the community is in one way or another seen in each and every of the projects that I have volunteered in. I'm proud of the fact that I have always been able to be part of or even create a welcoming environment. I have been blessed to contribute to the making of these environments that are also encouraging and of each other, and teach everyone the significance of being valued. I truly wholeheartedly believe that everyone deserves to experience what it means to be a part of something bigger. And the biggest and most important lesson that I have learned is that good things are bound to follow when I work on myself and what I want. It sounds cliche and it sounds like the most selfish thing in the world, but please understand that for the first time in a long time, I have finally come to understand that, just like many other students in my place, I have absolutely no idea who I am, but I know what I want. I know that I want to continue to push myself and continue to look for different ways to help those in need. I know that I want to apply to UC Berkeley, and I hope I can only hope to get accepted and go and study towards a degree in environmental design. And I can only push myself hard enough to become an architect or civil engineer. An architect or a civil engineer that won't really be known as the best architect or civil engineer. I don't want to be known as the best. I don't want to be known as for constructing the biggest infrastructure, the tallest skyscraper. And I'm not sorry that I don't want any fame or money. I know for certain that one day I will travel, not for myself, but for those who have been affected by natural disasters. For those are the ones that have lost their homes, their schools, their work places. And I will take everything that I have learned here in Vista, my home, and everything I learned in college in the future, and I make sure that I give my best to the people and the world. Thank you.
Okay, so just to follow up on Jasmine, I am her counselor. Thank you to everybody for allowing me to be here to celebrate. This is just, you know, the best place to be with all this young, amazing talent. My name is Jody Richardson, and I first came to know Jasmine when she was a student in my 10th grade English class. And you can probably see it in her just from listening to the way she speaks and how humble and how amazing she is. She's an amazing student. So she comes in, she has a smile on her face. Her attitude is always one of can do. You know, it doesn't matter what assignment it was or anything. It's just she knows she can do it. She takes it on and she does amazing work. I transitioned out of the classroom, so lucky for me, over the past couple of years, I've been able to work with Jasmine as her counselor. And as I'm sure we all know here, that distance learning has not been ideal nor easy on students, their families, the teachers, and basically all stakeholders. Jasmine is somebody who has managed to continue to do very well in her academics, and her attitude. So even though it's not easy, she continues to strive to do well. And as far as this whole experience, she has really leaned into the whole idea of distance learning and to make it the best, not only for herself, but for others as well. And you've heard that through what Mr. Humphrey talked about, as well as Jasmine. In one of our conversations, she talked about how much she loves to help other people. My dogs, oh my gosh. And sorry. And she just, that's where her passion is in helping others. And she brought up the idea of virtual peer tutoring. We have a lot of students who are in need of assistance right now. And the thing that I think was so remarkable about this peer tutoring idea is it wasn't like Jasmine just was like, yeah, I have this idea, go do that, Miss Richardson, or anything like that. She's like, I have this idea. And the next time we met, she had the entire program outlined, very well thought out, time spent. I mean, you could just see that the amount of effort that went into just her outline was tremendous. Then she created this beautiful flyer. She created a website. She created a Google Calendar where students who want to sign up for tutoring can go in and make these appointments. She led meetings with the tutors who were interested. Oh, she created a survey. I mean, she just did so much work in a very short period of time, and it was high quality work. It was amazing. Like if she was starting a business, she would already be on her way to success. So just with that program, it's now up and running. And it's all because of her. It's because of her hard work, her passion, and it just is an amazing thing to see in a young person. It's super inspiring to me. It's students like Jasmine who allow me to know that this world is going to be just fine because it is such an amazing thing to see. So that's really the story kind of epitomizes who she is. There is a lot more that she is working on, but I just wanted to share that because that's been something that I've worked with her on. And I just want to say congratulations to Jasmine, to her family, and to all of the very deserving award recipients out there today. So thank you very much for letting me be here.
Go ahead, Jasmine. Your mom and dad can say a few words.
Hola, mi nombre es Benjamín Rayo, soy el papá de Yasmin y estoy orgulloso de ella porque como estudiante, es una estudiante ejemplar. Con mi hija, súper orgulloso y pues yo apoyándola para que ella cumpla sus sueños, sus retos y me gustaría verla en lo más alto que se pueda. Yo estoy apoyándola y al igual que mi esposa, estamos ayudándola en lo que podamos y como digo, ella es una hija ejemplar, al igual que una estudiante ejemplar. Ella se esfuerza mucho en su trabajo, en sus estudios, en la casa y tiene mucho esfuerzo con sus hermanos, les ayuda a sus hermanos con su tarea. Toma un poco de su tiempo, de su trabajo para ayudar a sus hermanos. Me siento orgulloso con ella porque tiene muchas metas y esperemos en Dios que se cumpla todas sus metas. Gracias.
So if you guys want a translation, he's saying that I'm an exemplary student and daughter. I have taken the time out of my own schedule to help my siblings with their work. And both of my parents are really proud of everything, all my hard work, everything that I've been doing, and hope to see that I'm successful in the manner that I choose. And they would always be supportive of whatever I do. So thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine. Again, a big thank you to the Vista Chamber. Congratulations to the parents and the students. And also I want to say thank you to all the educators in the Zoom right now, navigating these very difficult, confusing, and exhausting times. You do an amazing job. And I miss seeing you guys at least once a month. So good work and good luck with everything. Now it's my opportunity to hand it over to one of those amazing educators, Jeremy Walden from Mission Vista High School.
Right. Well, thank you, Mr. Humphrey. I appreciate that. And thank you to Rachel, Kent, Kathy, the whole team for just finding a way to make this happen and celebrate our students in Vista. To the sponsors, thank you for your support in making this happen. To all the students in the room, congratulations to you on being Rising Stars of the Month. It's a huge honor. And just as many congratulations to the parents and families for supporting everybody along the way. It's my privilege to introduce the Rising Star at Mission Vista this month, and that is Emma Schroeder. Emma is an absolute gem. She's a great student. She's involved in just about everything on campus, but really she's a true leader. She is our ASB president, and she leads by example. She personifies this idea of servant leadership, and she's got a knack for bringing people together, even those who might have a difference of opinion or a view, and just getting them to unify behind common goals to tackle projects, pull off events, especially in this virtual learning environment. Her kindness and her humility make it easy for students to follow her. And I'm just very fortunate, we're very fortunate at Mission Vista to have her. So with that, I'd like to introduce Emma, joined by her parents and her nominating teacher, Mr. Etheridge. Emma, take it away.
Thank you so much, Mr. Walden. First of all, I just want to say, Jasmine, that was such an amazing speech, and just what you're doing is incredible. And I want to say I cannot wait to see what you do to make a difference in the world, because I was just so inspired by what you had to say. Good morning, everyone. I want to congratulate all of the students here who have been recognized for their accomplishments as Rising Stars of the Month today. My name is Emma Schroeder, and I'm a senior at Mission Vista High School. Here today with me are my mom, my dad, and our guest teacher, and my ASB director, Mr. Etheridge. Mom and Dad, I just want to thank you so much for being here with me this morning and helping me get to where I am today. I'm so deeply grateful and appreciative for all your love and support. Mr. Etheridge, thank you so much for nominating me, and thank you for helping me step out of my comfort zone as a leader and become more experienced and insightful as ASB president. And I'm so grateful for your support as well. Finally, I want to thank you, Mr. Walden, for being our fearless leader and a great role model to me and all the students at Mission Vista during this challenging time. So growing up, I was never really someone who wanted to take charge. I was kind of the type of shy, quiet kid you'd see in the back of the classroom with her eyes glued to the floor, not really wanting to be called on by the teacher. I never would have dreamed of being someone who leads, influences, and serves her community with confidence. Confidence was the trait I struggled the most with throughout both elementary school and middle school. So when it came time for me to be a freshman in high school and be a member of the associated student body for the first time, I was still struggling to figure out for myself how I even got into the class. ASB was filled with so many strong student leaders, and I felt like I didn't fit in. Over the course of my 4 years being part of ASB, though, I started to realize something. Most of the battle is showing up and then demonstrating your leadership in a way that is unique to yourself. While many leaders are outspoken and always have something to bring to the table in a discussion, I found my place in servant leadership, working behind the scenes to serve and make positive and impactful changes on my school and community. I demonstrated my leadership and growth through my actions and accomplishments in many councils, programs, and school-wide events, which opened up more leadership opportunities both on and off campus. Some of these opportunities included the Every 15 Minutes program, in which I had the privilege of working with the Oceanside CHP and fellow student leaders on raising awareness surrounding drunk driving. I also got to guide prospective students and visiting administrators on campus as a student ambassador. And I've had the honor of being elected this year's ASB president and being able to be a mentor to younger students and more inexperienced students in ASB and help them find a voice in themselves. This change has really inspired me to be able to give a voice to other students who are also shy and afraid to speak up, because I feel for them. I know how it feels to be a nervous wreck in front of people sometimes and not know what to say or not know what to bring to the table. And I just want them to know that they have a voice and they have a way for them to be able to demonstrate that they can be a leader. As a growing student leader, I've been very interested in all sorts of responsibilities and projects. And while I thought that this would be good for my confidence, at one point I began to lose sight of the most important factor in a teenage student's life, which is balance. The stress of my involvement in ASB and other rigorous activities, as well as college applications, did cause anxiety to skyrocket. And as a young leader who is passionate about making a difference in the world, it is so hard to take risks and pursue your goals without experiencing anxiety and depriving yourself of sleep. So when this began to happen to me more often, I realized that I needed to take a step back and create equilibrium in my schedule and be confident in setting my boundaries. By taking care of myself and recognizing my limits, I'm able to have a more positive and healthy influence on the people around me, not only as a student leader, but as a daughter and a sister as well. I want to take the idea of maintaining a healthy balance with me to college, because with that tool in mind, I know that I will be able to make great impacts on the world around me, no matter what path life takes me on. As for college, I am applying to schools all along the West Coast, especially UC schools, with my reaches being UC Berkeley and UCLA. I plan on studying sociology as I want to further my understanding of how groups and communities come together to formulate different opinions, ideas, and life-changing philosophies. I strive to be able to apply this learned knowledge to future leadership opportunities that will allow me to advocate for progressive solutions to large-scale problems around the world. Thank you again so much to the sponsors and to the Vista Chamber of Commerce for putting on this event. It's such an honor and privilege to be here and share such a significant moment with fellow leaders and changemakers. Thank you so much.
And Mr. Etheridge?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, once again, thank everyone for making it here. Hi, Jody. Why does it say your name's Kevin? Jody actually worked here at Mission Vista years ago. Thank you all so much. Thank you again, Mr. Walden. I'm not surprised that the vast majority of what Emma was talking about was other people and other things and what other people are doing, because she really does do things without, I would say you are who you are when no one's looking. And a lot of us like to have people see the things that we do and the things that we say. But oftentimes Emma's doing things just because it's the right thing to do or it's what needs to be done. And it's funny because I saw our previous principal, Ms. Allard, get a little teary-eyed when you were talking about being shy and having that quiet leadership voice and really connecting. Because, you can become that leader, but, I know by, experience and speaking with all of them that it's the experiential technique that you're applying, what you're using. I know in the middle of class, sometimes I just say, hey, Emma, what are we doing today? And then she says very calmly, well, we need to talk about this and let's talk about that, because, we have the Brady Bunch happening each day and we're trying really hard to bring some sense of normalcy to the entire, student body and teachers and staff at Mission Vista. And Emma each week adds that sense, that thread with, she makes sure that the news is spread every Tuesday. We get a video with Emma and other leaders letting us know what's happening and what we can do and what might, what ideas can be spread. And I think that that's really, it's hard to say that someone is quiet and not well known when they're the ASB president, right? Like that seems to be a misnomer, but the fact is she makes sure that things get done without pomp and circumstance. And I thought that this was a great opportunity to recognize her and say thank you. So that's why we're here. Thanks, Emma.
Thank you, Mr. Etheridge. And finally, Mr. and Mrs. Schroeder.
Okay, thank you so much. That was amazing. And I wrote something down because I tend to be a crier. So does my husband, but it will only be a minute, I promise. So, but it is truly from the heart. And if I read it, I won't hopefully cry. Great job, Emma. And thank you all so much for this wonderful honor, and congratulations to all the rising stars today and their families. We are beyond proud of Emma, not only for all she's done, but more importantly, for who she is. She shows up, she's genuine and sincere. You can count on her, and she gets things done. When many of her peers are out at parties, she's home working on a class assignment or safely spending time with family and close friends. She's a good egg in every sense. A few years ago, our family had a pretty big scare when my husband was suddenly stricken with sepsis and spent over a month in the hospital, much of that in an induced coma. It was an incredibly trying time for our entire family, but we came out of it with even more perspective and gratitude for all that we have. And I think it lit an immeasurable fire under Emma to take advantage of every opportunity and to never take life for granted. Emma was a shy, timid girl who knew 2 people going into high school, 2, and today she's ASB president with an incredibly bright future. We can't wait to see where life takes her. Thank you again to all the sponsors, the Vista Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Etheridge, for kindly nominating our shy, not always in the front spotlight daughter, and to Mr. Walden and Miss Allard for working so hard to give all the students at Mission Vista a wonderful place to learn and grow. Thank you.
Okay, congratulations again, Emma. And now it's my honor to turn it over to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Clevenger from Rancho Buena Vista High School.
Thank you so much for that very kind and definitely a little bit over-exaggerated introduction, sir. I am so excited and grateful to be here. I did want to start by just saying a few thank yous. Each month, we have an incredible group led by Rachel and Kathy and my main man, Kent. They go above and beyond organizing these. And as you know, this is not an easy task to pull off. A lot of pieces have to perfectly align to bring this together. We are so grateful for the 3 of you and your ongoing effort to make a difference in our community. Thank you for all you do. Also, big shout out to the sponsors. This doesn't happen without the proper resources. So thank you. To Jasmine, Emma, and David, we are so proud of you, and big shout out and thank you to your parents, mom, dad. You've done an incredible job. We are so grateful for you. Para los padres de los estudiantes que ya han estado recognizado, te agradecemos mucho y gracias por su mensaje y compartir sus hijos con nosotros. At the very core of what we do in Vista Unified School District and in our education, we value the way that we treat each other. We believe that the way we treat each other matters. That's true in all of our schools. It's true at Rancho Buena Vista High School, and it's definitely true for the rising star from RBB this month. My young friends, when the seas of life are calm and the sun is shining and everyone is smiling, and the water doesn't have waves on it, the way you treat people matters. Now, when those storms of life hit and it's turbulent and it's rough and you can't see the blue sky, it's covered in clouds, and those around us are not smiling, they're scared, they're panicked. It's in those moments, my young friends, that the way we treat people really, really matters. And I am so excited to share with you a young man who embodies recognizing and taking care of others and treating them right through the calm and the storms of life. It's my pleasure to introduce you to the one and only David. And David, I'm just thrilled to hear your story and to share it with us. So David, please take it away.
Thank you so much. First off, I want to start by saying a huge thank you to every single member in my family. I was born in a time of transition for my family as they had immigrated from Ukraine. So my parents were working multiple jobs, and my siblings gave up their extracurricular activities to raise me and to get me to where I am today. So if it weren't for every single member, I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now with all of you guys. So that's a big factor in this. I also really want to thank Mr. Clevenger for being such a vibrant principal and that everyone can look up to, and Mrs. Glennon for being my second mother and inheriting me as I was a freshman at RBV and just developing my English. So a little bit about me. My family is from Ukraine. They came here in '99. Obviously, I was born in 2003. I'm a senior at Rancho Buena Vista. And just going into freshman year, I wanted to get involved. I going to the freshman orientations, and like the main thing I got from that is to just get involved. And so I started running cross country, and I found some friends that I will remember to this day. And I met the awesome Mrs. Glennon, and I just kept trying to find ways to get involved. So sophomore year, I joined student council, and I joined ASB also for the zero period. And I was really determined in my classes, and I set a habit for myself to just get my work done on time and just to get it done, because high school is free, but you only get those 4 years once. I'm definitely not trying to do it over again. And so sophomore year, things were going great. I had a great season, and I had a huge challenge that came upon me to where I had been in a car accident, and it was pretty serious, and it happened while I was doing my sport. And so after that, just finding the motivation to go to class every day with the pain that I was bearing. And after that, honestly, I feel like that was a defining moment in my high school career, because I would be coming to school out on pain medications, and I could barely breathe, laugh, and I just came there and listened to what I needed to listen, did my tests, and just carried on. And I feel like pushing through the storms that Mr. Clevenger was talking about was a really important lesson that I learned in high school. And so here I am being nominated. I feel very honored, and I'm glad to say that I am the proud ASB president of Rancho Buena Vista. I am the team cross country team captain, and I get to lead a group of little freshman boys, and it's really awesome because I can give them what I was given when I was a freshman, and hopefully they can carry that on. And for college, I'm planning to apply. I'm planning to stay in California. I love the warm weather. My reach is San Diego State, because a lot of my teachers have been there, and it gives me a huge push to go there. So I'm really honored, and I want to thank the Vista Chamber. I want to thank everyone here, and I want to congratulate everyone who was nominated for this prize, and all the parents as well.
Thank you, David. Thank you. I'd like to introduce Mrs. Erica Glennon.
Good morning, everybody. I am so proud to be here this morning with, and honored to be here with such an amazing group of people. And I thank the Chamber and the Rising Star Committee and all of the sponsors and the City Council people that took time out of their very busy days to come here. And I also really want to thank the parents, para los padres que están aquí, gracias a ustedes, porque ustedes hacen la diferencia. And Mr. and Mrs. Kolovaiko, I am sorry I cannot translate into Russian. I can barely do Spanish. I'm sorry. But I have to tell you, the first time I met David, he showed up at a cross-country practice, and then he picked up the phone and he was speaking to his dad in Russian. And then the next time he didn't come back, and I was like, where's that little Russian kid? He was great. He quickly corrected me that he's Ukrainian. So that's a very important difference to make. He was immediately impressive to me, though, because he was eager and positive. And I think that right as he was saying, he looked for the ways to get involved. That's exactly what he does. He looks for ways to get involved. He looks for ways to improve himself and his community. He's very, very outgoing. and he's just a wonderful representative. When I heard he was the ASB president elect, I was so excited because I couldn't think of a better person to lead our school and to stand up as our representative. I also want to say that the accident he's talking about was actually pretty severe. He was running and was hit by a car. So it was not just a regular car accident, one car to another. He was hit by a car. And it was a very, very painful experience for him, not just physically, but also emotionally, because he had to sit out for quite a while as he recovered and wasn't able to go back to practices. But he's come back stronger than ever. And I think that's really what you can see with David. He might experience some setbacks in his life, but they're not going to be permanent, and he's going to come through stronger than ever as a result. Mr. and Mrs. Kolovaiko, you guys have done just a wonderful job, and he credits you all the time. And also, I know he has lots of his family on this call, and he talks about you all as well. David will be the first in his family to go to college, and he will quickly tell you that's because of the sacrifices that everybody else has made for him to get to this point. So none of us do it by ourselves. David has an incredible family and community, and he's very, very proud of you and thankful to you. And we're proud and thankful for David and what you've given to us, which is just such a huge gift in a young man. So thank you so much to everybody, and congratulations.
And thank you so much, Mrs. Glennon. And I do think we have almost the whole Kolivaco family here. So with that, Mom and Dad, if you'd like to unmute and share a message with us. And my Ukrainian is not all the way there, but I do know how to say good morning. So, Dobre ranok.
Хорошо. Да. Я очень рад всех видеть. Мне очень приятно слышать хорошие отзывы о молодых людях, которые достигают своих высот, своих успехов. И я очень хочу сказать коротко, что Дэвид очень целеустремленный человек. С самого детства он всегда добивался того, что он запланировал и что он хотел. И по утрам моя жена будила его и говорила: вставай, президент, завтрак готов. И он стал президентом. Потом, когда он был elementary middle school, он добивался успехов в баскетболе, в футболе. Я возил его по всем стадионам. И вот, наконец, ранчо Буэна-Виста осуществилась моя мечта, потому что в молодости я был легкоатлетом. Я бегал 5 лет на большие дистанции и всегда побеждал. И когда я рассказал ему эту историю, он пошел в кросс-кантри клаб и стал бегуном. Спасибо за внимание, я очень рад. Дэвид прекрасный ребенок у нас. Мы живем в прекрасной стране, Америка. Я очень рад всех вас видеть. Большое спасибо.
All right, so to sum that up, he said thank you for everyone who is attending and all the nominees. And he was just talking about how him and my mother put in a lot of effort into raising and giving me the best opportunities that I could get. And they're really happy to see that it's turned out well. And my mom always joked around when I was younger, since I was born in America. Every time she would wake me up, she said, "Good morning, President," because I'm the only person in the family who could be the president. And so they thought it was really funny for when I brought my ASB packet to run for president. I was like, "Hey, Mom, I need you to sign this. I'm trying to be the president of the school." And my parents lost it. And so they're just really happy that I continue to work hard every day, and they're really grateful for this opportunity. Okay, all right. Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that time and message with us. And now it's my pleasure to introduce a wonderful educator from a wonderful school, Mr. Brian Jostin from Vista High School.
Well, hey, good morning. Thank you very much. It's always an honor to be here, and this Rising Star ceremony is such an uplifting event. I mean, it sets the wind underneath your wings. Hearing all these stories, these terrific kids, it's wonderful. I was telling our candidate, Odalise, that it's a shame we can't have breakfast, because the breakfast is always nice. It kind of settles you down, gives you a chance to mingle a little bit, but hey, we're in the environment we're in, but I always appreciate that breakfast too. It was always nice. So, but maybe next time. But again, I'd like to reiterate and thank our sponsors in the chamber. I mean, this is just a wonderful event that really kind of helps us recognize these tremendous kids who do such a great job, and all the generosity that our community pours into this program and all these great possibilities that are presented for these students, including the scholarship, is just tremendous. So, but onward with our candidate. I'm very honored to have our candidate here, Odalise Ramirez. She's here with her mother, and she's just been an outstanding student. I was fortunate enough to meet Odalise freshman year when she was here. It was my first year here at Vista, and she was one of the students who was identified as and recognized as an outstanding freshman. And our XQ documentary and our folks who were presenting that decided to highlight her and showcase Odalise because she just was such an outstanding individual, outstanding student, and really represented what we were trying to achieve in XQ. So, but all the accomplishments she's had within the classroom and outside the classroom, she's involved with a lot of different clubs and provides tremendous leadership. And she is just a very insightful individual who can just take a lot of different perspectives from a lot of different people and just kind of coalesce them and unite them. And she's exactly what we need in this country as we move forward in our community. And she's got this bright light in her eyes, and it's kind of a twinkle in her eyes that you can kind of see, and it all is powered by this purpose that she has in her heart. And you just know when you meet Odalise and you and talk to her that she's going to be a world changer. Just a lot like these kids here that we're dealing with. So it's my honor, my pleasure to introduce Odalise Ramirez.
Hi everyone, good morning. Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Odalise Ramirez, and this is my mother, Valdivia Ramirez. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Vista Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Hanlon, Mr. Justin for this recognition. I'm very honored to sit in this Zoom call with outstanding students. You're all amazing. Hearing your story really inspires me and just makes me look at surroundings, and you guys have incredible stories and you're so wonderful. I'm so inspired by you all. I'm very grateful to be able to share this moment with my mom. She is an incredible woman. She's so strong and hardworking, and she shows me that humility and hard work is gonna lead me toward accomplishing my my desires and my passions. One of the things that I realized at an early age in elementary school was coming from a family who only spoke Spanish. That really affected me in elementary school. I had a really hard time as an ELD student getting those primary skills such as reading, writing, and mathematics. I really struggled, and without the mentors that helped me surpass and overcome those obstacles, I wouldn't be where I am today. So recognizing those challenges and obstacles that are facing students and within our community, I saw the importance of looking after and mentoring students who unfortunately are facing these educational obstacles. I serve in this wonderful program called Creciendo Juntos. It's a tutoring program for elementary foothill students. It's a great program where I'm able to work alongside students who come from low-income families and who need help with their homework and need help strengthening their skills in mathematics and reading. So I've been having a wonderful time doing that because I'm passionate about empowering the youth to really go after their dreams and be able to overcome anything and really go after, be who they want to be, like I'm able to do now, and go after my dreams. A lot of my passions are surrounding social justice and filmmaking. I lead a social justice club in my school called Together Club, and it's all about empowering ourselves through knowledge about social justice issues that are occurring in our community. And I really care about, empowering people through education and empower myself and students. So that place has really been really important on campus for students to really talk about issues and educate ourselves. And filmmaking is another passion of mine. I've been filmmaking since I was in 8th grade at Rancho Minerva. I transitioned that passion into Vista High School, where we now have a Vista Video Club. I've competed in a lot of competitions, and both my social justice and video have combined and blended so beautifully. I've been able to tell stories about immigrant families like mine, and about immigrant families who are looking for a better life. There was one story called I created was El Sueño Americano. It was about Ignacio. He is an immigrant. He is going to college, currently going to college, and wanting to become an architect. And those stories are the ones that I want to tell about our community and what I'm so passionate about. I'm looking to pursue business administration and marketing, and being able to really work with nonprofits and build those from the ground up, because I'm passionate about social justice issues, and also incorporating those elements of creativity from my videography skills. And I'm applying to schools like UCLA, UC Berkeley, and NYU that are really strong in those programs. Just my mom, you can't see her, but she's an amazing human being and a big part of who I am. Just works her dedication to success, and how hard she works day and night. She works a lot of hours. It inspires me to keep working amazing. And I definitely want to help my family and furthering my education, and I want to help my community, and I'm so empowered to do that. So thank you so much for this recognition. I really appreciate it.
No, you go ahead, Mr. Hanley. You don't need really an introduction, man, but
thank you, guys. And I just want to start off by thanking and congratulating all of the Rising Stars of this month. What an outstanding group. Wow, just so inspiring. And congratulations to all of you and to the parents and teachers. And big thank you again to Rachel and Ken, to the Chamber and all the sponsors. You guys are amazing. Again, as so many others have said, you pull this off each month in incredible fashion. And we're just so grateful for all you do for our kids. So thank you. And Odalise is someone who's very easy to brag about. As you heard, you know, she's just an outstanding leader of exceptional character. She is so humble, so kind, so compassionate, so driven, so hardworking. And her passion is set on, as others have said, I know, like Emma, I believe it was, talked about having a servant's heart, and that is Odalise. She epitomizes the values of the Rising Star of living with exceptional character and making a difference in her community through service. She has that servant's heart in so many areas. She talked about a few of them, but oh my gosh, I mean, she is so incredibly involved in service. She talked about tutoring and the filmmaking that she does, but she's also a leader in our Buddies Club, which works with kids with special needs to integrate them socially, to make them feel accepted and welcome and included. And in just such kind and compassionate fashion. I've had the honor of working with Odalise the last 4 years in Character Leaders, and what a joy it is to watch her in action, because she walks the talk in a very inspiring manner, no matter who she's with. It doesn't matter if she's with peers or with adults, people in the community, you know, she walks the talk. She is so genuine, so kind, and so compassionate. She's an honor student as well. She has quite a full, load of work to do, and she always does it with such grace and such humility. And that goes before her, who she is. When she walks into a room, you know, Odalise is a young woman of such quality and of such exceptional character. I mean, this year alone, she's already created films for our 9/11 memorial, our Yellow Ribbon Youth Suicide Prevention. She's volunteered as a tutor, as she mentioned, for Spot Animal Rescue. She's been a small group leader with our Breaking Down the Walls program. She's done environmental cleanups, and that's just, some of many, many other service projects that she's done. So I want to congratulate Odalise. And, I'm so proud of you, Odalise, and thank you for, giving me the honor of getting to work with you and character leaders. And, what a joy it is to get to work with you. And I'm just glad we still get to work together for the rest of the year. And I just can't wait to see where you go from here. But congratulations, Odalise, and to all of the Rising Stars. And thank you again for hosting this, Rachel and the Chamber. Thank you.
Yeah, it's so awesome to be part of the journey with you, Odalise. And I know another important part of your team and your support network is your mother, Valdivia. And I don't know if she wants to say a word or two, but she certainly may at this moment.
Y estoy aquí en esta reunión para para decirle a Odalis que me siento muy orgulloso de ella por ser una buena estudiante y que yo siempre voy a estar aquí presente en lo que ella necesita de mí para apoyarla y para que ella se siente orgullosa de mí, yo me siento orgullosa de ella y para que todos sus sueños se hagan realidad de mi hija.
Just to translate, she basically said that she wants to support me in my dreams and just how she wants me to be proud of her and she's proud of me and she wants all my dreams to be accomplished.
Well, thank you very much, ma'am, and thank you, Odalise. And at this moment, I think that, do we have anybody from Murray here right now then?
No, but next up we have Trade Tech High. Administrator Paula Vessel is going to introduce the Rising Star Student of the Month from Trade Tech.
Good morning, everyone. I want to say a huge thank you to the Chamber and all of the sponsors for putting this event together. It's a great event, and I always enjoy whenever I get to come to it. We appreciate the ability to share our Rising Stars with the community. And so when all the teachers here at Trade Tech High were asked to nominate a Rising Star for this month, Jasmine was one that came to mind unanimously. So we are all very proud of her. As she will tell you, Jasmine has faced numerous challenges over the years, and throughout all of it, she has maintained her education and worked and strived to do the very best in everything that she does. So Jasmine Camarena, would you like to speak, please?
Hi, before I start, I wanted to just check if it was okay if I turned off my camera to improve the quality of my sound. Okay, so good morning. I'm Jasmine Camarena, and I'm a senior at North County Trade Tech. I first wanted to congratulate all of the other Rising Stars. I can just tell by the way they present themselves that they are very accomplished and they deserve this very much. I also want to take a second to thank everyone for this opportunity. It is something that I will always be grateful for, and I'm also very pleased that Ms. Vessel could be here with me today. I wanted to share with you guys an obstacle that I've been faced with for the last couple of years, and although I'm still overcoming this challenge, I feel as if I've grown a lot from it. When I was 11 years old, my family and I were kicked out of our apartment because the new landlord didn't want any dirty and lazy Mexicans living in his complex. We had no money or any resources at all to fight this. We didn't know where to go or how we could even afford to live anywhere else. All we knew was that we had to, until December 4th, to be out. My parents never found a place for us. And for a few months, my family of 6 had to make a home out of our van. It was all we really had. It wasn't until a few months later that my great-grandmother offered that we lived in an RV in her backyard. My parents quickly accepted the offer before anyone could change their mind. But deep down, my dad knew that only trouble could come from this. You see, his father lived there, along with the siblings, but they didn't talk to my father, and at times they wouldn't even talk to us. They made it known that we weren't welcomed, and although we are their grandchildren, it was clear that they didn't have that love for us. The situation began to cause me to fall into a deep hole of depression and anxiety. I soon started to want to give up from school and, just distance myself from everyone. But my dad was our peace, and he knew how to keep us going. We would go to him for protection from the hate in the house, and he just knew how to help us. He made sure we were always helping others, and he pushed us to do our very best in everything we could. but he helped us so much that he never got help himself. His physical and mental health only got worse. He was living in the house where most of his childhood abuse took place. And on top of that, he had a number of health challenges. It has been 6 years, and the only change that has occurred is that our peace has been taken away from us. My father passed away in June, leaving behind 4 kids and a wife who always relied on his protection. I would have never asked for this to happen, and honestly, it's going to take many more months before I accept it. But the amount of support I've received from Trade Tech and just my teachers and all the staff there is insane. I honestly would have given up a long time ago, especially this year, if it wasn't for the support I was given at this school. From this situation, I learned that I need to succeed. This situation really taught me the importance of doing something and just not throwing everything away the second something gets hard. I'd never want to go through something like this again, and I don't want my future kids to go through this pain of, going without and taking hate from family just for a place to sleep. And I will do my best to make sure that never happens to them or to anyone I can help. And on the other hand, if anyone has to go through that, I will make sure to be their peace, just like my father always was for us. Thank you, and thank you again for this opportunity.
And I would like to say Jasmine is very humble, because throughout all of these years that she's been at Trade Tech, she has excelled in her schoolwork. She has set an example for others to follow. She has maintained from 3.5 to a 4.0 GPA every semester. If she's absent or misses school, she checks in with her teachers to see what she needs to do. She has very high expectations for herself, and she is just a true rising star. And thank you.
Thank you so much. Wow. I say this every month, but this Friday is always my favorite day of the month. I'll share, I've been having a really rough week, feeling pretty down, feeling a lot of stress and struggles, but hearing from these students and the things that they've accomplished, their hopefulness, it's such a great example to all of us. I have such faith in our country and in our world because we're leaving it in the hands of these amazing students. And I just want to highlight a couple of things that stuck out for me this morning. Excuse me. So Jasmine from Guahomie, one of the things that you said about giving to others and about not seeking fame and just doing hard work and helping other people, that's such a testament to leadership, and not taking fame for yourself, but working so hard and serving others. I'm so grateful to hear those words from you this morning. And I don't know if you know, but today is actually National Kindness Day. And I think it's no accident that we're hearing from such an incredible group of kind and giving students this morning. And I just want to thank you for highlighting that lesson about, it's not about the glory, but just putting your head down and doing the work and taking care of yourself and taking care of others. Emma, one thing you talked about, and that was highlighted in your comments, was about bringing people together. And I think that is an incredible skill for a leader to have, is to understand that as a leader, they can't bring every skill to the table, but working with people to help foster and bring out their individual and unique talent and what they can bring to the table and bring that together to achieve a collective goal is something really wise that I definitely did not know how to do as a senior in high school. And so congratulations to you for having such an incredible skill and talent in that area. David, wow, to have 2 ASB presidents on our call this morning is pretty cool. And to have one, I love the story from your parents about that they joke that you'll be president one day, that because you were born here in the U.S. And I think that was a fun, lighthearted moment this morning. So thank you for that. And your story about overcoming your car accident, I think is just an incredible testament to the struggles that life can throw your way. I think we've all been through the ringer this year. We've all had struggles outside of 2020 as well. And thank you for showing us all that we can get up, we can do the work, and get back on the field and keep running, whether that's physically, mentally, emotionally, and just keep going if you dig deep. So thank you for sharing that. Odalis, I'm so thankful that we were able to hear your amazing words this morning. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but I'm so thankful that we were able to hear from you. I loved your story about mentorship and how important that is to you. I'll share with you that I was a little sister in the Big Brothers and Sisters program from the time I was 8 years old in my single parent family. And mentorship, my big sister Gina, we've been friends for a very long, I won't say how long because they don't know my age, but for a very long time. And her mentorship changed and influenced my life. And so thank you for highlighting the importance of mentorship, particularly in students that speak Spanish as their first language and those that are disadvantaged. I think that that's an incredibly important avenue. And I think that that inspiration will serve you well as you continue in your life. Jasmine, gosh, your story, one of the things when we meet in person for Rising Star, we have tissues on every table. And I remembered this morning, I wrote myself a note, BYOT, bring my own tissues, because your story really touched my heart. And I'm so sorry to hear of all the struggles that you've had to face for yourself and for your family. But one thing that I was watching, I can see everyone's faces while I'm watching these comments. And you have such a beautiful smile on your face, and you have such a light about you, and that I'm so appreciative of you sharing your story. And I know that these challenges are going to inspire you to dig deep and to go so far in your life. And I can see the pride on Miss Vessel's face when you were speaking, and the way that you touch other people is just so incredible. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to all of our Rising Star students, and to your families and your teachers and those who've influenced you. And for congratulations to all of you as well for raising up these amazing young people that are going to do such wonderful things with their lives. I can't wait to hear what's next for all of you. I hope that you'll learn your lessons, you'll get your education, and you'll bring those talents back to Vista. We need you. We need you in our community. We need these change makers back in our community to enrich and improve all of our lives. And so with that, I want to thank you all for being here this morning. We went just a smidge long, but thank you for your patience as we navigated those technical challenges. Just goes to show you can make mistakes at any point in your life, or any role that you play. Make mistakes happen. You just got to roll with it. So I want to encourage you all to take risks and to try new things. I have zero technological skills, and here I am running a webinar and pressing buttons. But we can all step outside our comfort zone and do things that scare us every day. So thank you all for being here. We want you back in our community. Thank you, teachers. Thank you, educators. Have a wonderful, wonderful Friday and a great rest of your weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.